Alright, let's review all the chords that we've shown you before. This is the G, the A7, the C, and the D7. And after this we'll show you the F chord, which we just showed Justin, but that'll be in just a little bit later. First, whenever you get your G, take your fourth finger, place it on the third fret of the first string, place your third finger on the third fret of the sixth string, place your second finger on the second fret of the fifth string. And this is your G chord. And here's how it should sound. Alright, now your next chord is A7. This is your second finger on the second fret of the fourth string and your third finger on the second fret of the second string. And here's what the A7th should sound like. Now the next chord is the C chord. This you're going to take your first finger, place it on the first fret of the second string, take your second finger on the second fret of the fourth string, take your third finger and place it on the fifth string, third fret. And here's how the C should sound. Now the next chord is the D7th. What you want to do is you want to leave your first finger on the first fret of the second string, and then you take your second finger, place it on the second fret of the third string, take your third finger, place it on the second fret of the first string, and here's what your D7 should sound like. Now last week we showed you a strumming pattern, and here's how it should go. On the G you want to take the fifth and sixth string, and if you do hit the fourth, that's alright, and then after that you're going to take it from there, hit all the strings below your pick for the second strum in a fashion this way. Slower, if you need to practice it, it's like this. And that is on your G chord. Now for your A7th, we're going to need you to hit the fourth and the fifth string and then strum the rest of the strings. Now if you want to, you can also hit that sixth string up here. It sounds right in there, so it really don't matter which way you do it. I will play it with the sixth string just to let you hear that it does sound right. And it should sound like this. Now the next one is the C. And this one, you're going to want to take the fourth and the fifth string, hit those first, and then come down on the first, second, and third string. And it should sound like this. And now we're going to do the D7th, and you'll have the fourth and the fifth strings, you'll hit those with your pick, and then you'll come down on the first, second, and third strings, just like with the C chord, and it should sound like this. Now that's your strumming pattern you learned, and now we're ready to move back to learning chords, close-ups on chords. And what I just showed Justin was the F chord, and what you want to do is you want to take, it's a little bit difficult, but what you want to do is you want to take your first finger, place it across the first fret on the first and second string. Now this time, the first finger, you do not want to make it level. You want to have it this way, sideways, because you have to get both of those strings, and they have to both sound out like this. I mean, when you press down, it should sound like this. Make sure you have that sound, because that's an important part of the chord, especially since we're only using the first four strings. If you only have a few notes, it does not ring out near as good. So you make fret of the third string, and then you're going to take your third finger and place it on the third fret of the fourth string. if you need to get used to this, you can start out simply by just doing the first finger, and then after you get that down, add in the second finger. After you get that down, add in the third finger, and just keep practicing until you get that right. This is a very difficult chord, but you can get it. It just takes a little practice. Practice is the key for everything, you know. So, anyway, let's go over that again, just to make sure you got that. What you want to do is you want to take your first finger, place it on the first fret of the first and second strings. And then you want to take your second finger, and you want to put it on the second fret of the third string. You want to take your third finger, place it on the third fret of the fourth string. Here's what your F should sound like. Now this week, we do not want you to worry about your right hand on the strumming. We just want you to get it down. Just this hand. Worry about your left hand. Do not worry about your right hand. Just go to regular strumming on that chord. Just keep practicing until you get used to it. It takes a pretty good while, but like I said, you can try to add piece by piece on until you get it. Now I want to play along with Dinger's Boogie. It's in the key of G. I'm going to be playing at the regular speed, but you need to practice on the slower speed until you get used to it.